Your sleep meditation narrative awaits you. Please make yourself at home by lying down or taking a seat in a comfortable chair, and start lowering your gaze. Breathing in and out, smoothly and slowly. Inhale deeply and breathe out. You are about to set out on a mystical adventure filled with wonder, calm, and tranquility. And here you can unwind and get some sleep. Just observe how your lungs automatically fill up. Start by exhaling your last bit of air as you pay greater attention to your breathing. And let your lungs naturally expand when you're ready. Allow your body to get heavy as your breath gradually returns to its natural rhythm. You're currently on a path to let go of all anxiety and negativity. It's raining, and the ground has a million raindrops scattered all around. And in between the heavy drops and the puddles, the sky can be seen. Dark, gray clouds slowly glide past, releasing the pressure of their weighted form. A wall of raindrops tapping on your jacket and umbrella. This brings an almost surreal feeling to the whole atmosphere of the place. You see the raindrops fall at the edges of your umbrella. The trickle of water creates splatters on the ground, which look like bubbles bursting. You are dry, except for the occasional raindrop, which finds its way to your hands. Exploring the platform, your shoes tap against the wetness of the ground. And as you look up, you see streams of rain falling down the sides of the galvanized railings and fences. The paint on the side of the ticket office looks old and flaky, revealing the wood underneath now, which is wet from the rain. The window of the ticket office has a haze, which reflects its need to be refurbished. A clock hangs still. It hasn't moved since you've been here. In the cracks on the platform floor, weeds drink the plentiful water in the hope that they will flower into something one day. And as you pass a wooden bench, you can see that the varnish has worn away, and the scent of previous passengers runs deep into the grains of the wood. Your attention turns to the tracks, where you can hear the vibration of your oncoming train. As the tracks vibrate, your anticipation for this journey increases. And so too does the sense of positivity. The familiar sound of wheels on a track bring a comforting relaxation to both your mind and your body. As the train slows down, you can't help but notice how the smell, the noise, the sight and atmosphere of the whole place changes. You can hear the occasional bird chirping its peaceful wishes to you. As the wind moves the air, the leaves of the trees whisper a rustle of calmness into your ears. And even the sound of the rain is more relaxing as each breath deflates your chest. The engines of the train become slightly louder as the wheels of the locomotive slow down, eventually coming to a halt directly in front of you. A faint click of the doors unlocking is heard as a few passengers make their way out of the now open doors. And as they prepare to leave the train, some lift up their umbrellas to shelter themselves from the downpour, while others use their hoods or lower their heads. A signalman peers out from one of the doors at the front of the train, watching the flow of passengers. And with your doorway now clear to enter, you lower your umbrella and step aboard the carriage, carrying a small bag with a few comforting items that you decided to bring. Now, out of the rain, the drips from your jacket, umbrella, and shoes leave a trail as you walk to find your own private cabin. The carriage is clean. It's fresh-smelling and very warm. There is a certain comfort that it brings with it. Passing the seating area, you make it to your private cabin and unlock the door with your key card. Opening the door, the scent of lavender fills the air, making you instantly more relaxed. There is a seat, a bed, an area with a kettle, and some sachets of drinks to choose from. To the side is a small bathroom just for your use. So placing your luggage down, you take a seat. Your neck, back, and shoulders ease as the weight is taken off of them. Looking out of the window, you see railway workers in fluorescent jackets gathered around, perhaps talking about the job that they are about to do. A gentleman reads his newspaper while eating a sandwich. A woman is seen talking to a station worker as they both smile together. And as the rain drizzles down the windows, the lightning makes the raindrops that have settled on the glass glow like stars. The gray sky pulses and fills with purple, radiating out across the sky. You hear the doors of the train lock and hear the whistle of the conductor from the platform. The sound of the engines begin to slowly rise, and your train moves off. Your journey is now just beginning. As you exit the train station, you see the roofs of houses, chimneys and tiles. You can see down into gardens, each one being very different to the other. The train soon enters a tunnel, and as you go through it, the view from the window disappears. However, the lights in your cabin still illuminate your space. And emerging out of the tunnel, factories that are not functional and buildings stand empty, warm from the weather and lack of activity. The glass around them has overgrown, and weeds have started to take over those areas. Some of the buildings look unfinished. It looks as though there may have been work to restore them. You see dug-up areas and bricks littered on the ground. It seemed a very deserted space. And as the view disappears, you enter yet another tunnel. You ponder over what you saw. Perhaps the buildings and factories somewhat resemble the past, or something that you may not be able to let go of. Maybe something that has stuck by you and has given you immense stress and anxiety. As your journey continues, you will realize that you can let go. This journey is about giving yourself space to think more clearly, to give you options to feel what you want from life. To make peace with yourself. Small steps within are made the further along you travel. Now exiting the tunnel, you can see that the rain has stopped and a blue sky is starting to peer through the drifting clouds. And now in woodlands, trees rush by your window with smudges of green. And looking beyond the closest trees and into the wood itself, flowers bloom in many different colors. You begin to relax as you pass through this densely wooded area. There is a sense of peace prevailing within you. Birds' nests balance between the branches of trees, and squirrels scatter up the bark of the trunks. Leaves blanket the ground where the peering sun creates a haze of gold that shines onto them. The trees take up much of the space surrounding a small village. They are tidily cut and trimmed to a perfect shape, and they are looking magical. Small roads weave in and out, lined with sandstone thatched houses. Everything looks old but picturesque, giving a classic vibe and bringing a soothing effect to you. Your eyes wander across the landscape, noticing little details, imagining perhaps how peaceful it would be down there. Wooden fences line the boundaries of the houses, each with a welcoming gate. Farmers' fields stretch far and wide across the land. The rich green colors of vegetation can be seen growing in the earth. The sight of a lone tractor plows the lines it follows, harvesting its rewards one at a time, almost seemingly not moving as compared to the speed of the train. You can see that there are many fields for the farmer to pick as they run alongside with various other vegetation. And as the train continues, you feel its soothing vibrations. It relaxes you very much. The sky out of your window is as clear as it can be. It is blue, and it dominates above the horizon, through and into far-off valleys. You can see almost every color imaginable in your view. Roses, daisies, tulips and lavender speckle the fields bright and vivid, and the view makes you feel warmth inside. A sense of oneness with everything. Making yourself more comfortable, you relax back into your seat and take in the scene that you slowly travel. Castle ruins and old mining mills bring a certain authenticity to what you see. And in the mixture of old, damaged buildings, there is a new life in the flowers that you see before you. You begin to feel that there is an agreeable sense that you can let go of things. Maybe not completely, but enough for you to make peace. And from a dark, gray sky, an old, worn-out station, and gloomy buildings, you now experience peace, beauty, harmony, and synchronicity. Now observing a large golf course, you see players walk the grassy carpet to practice their skills. You can see them talking and laughing with such playfulness as they wander onwards in their checked trousers and neat jumpers. There is no fuss here, only calmness and a sense of being carefree on the immaculately kept lawns. There are tea and cold drinks being served from the clubhouse, where diners sit and watch the game. It feels good observing others enjoying themselves. And you are also enjoying yourself too. You watch a player swing, and the golf ball flies high and lands very near the next hole. As the train curves around the course, the golfer puts the ball in the hole and celebrates. Trees washed past, bringing an end to the game. As your mind begins to distance itself from thinking too much, a waitress brings you your meal. And lifting the tray from the sides of the wall, you now have a table to feast from. Placing the plate on the table, you are left to enjoy your favorite food. Steam rises from the plate as you tuck in and observe more tranquil sights from your window. A large lake shines from the now setting sun, reflecting the reds and purples of the sky. As dusk settles in, a V-shaped formation of geese shape above the surface of the water, making their way home for tonight. Trees line the lake and reflect like a mirror upside down, making it look much bigger than it really is. Sailboats float and drift, gliding in a leisurely fashion. Silently, their captains absorb the tranquility of this special place. Each mouthful of your delicious food is as though you are eating every blissful moment. You are seeing out of your window, now passing hills and valleys. You observe sheep and cows grazing on the greenest of grasses, and horses galloping playfully. The rocks embedded in the hillside give a place to the birds that land on them to look out for food and safety. And as the train winds around the hills, rocks turn to a chalky texture, and through the valleys you see the ocean. The sky now becoming darker as the sun hides. Only an orange streak occupies the lower half. After finishing the last mouthful of your meal, you press a button to have your plate cleared. A waiter enters your cabin and takes away your plate and cutlery. And now, feeling content with what you have eaten, you decide to make yourself a hot beverage from one of these sachets that you saw earlier. Turning the kettle on, you empty the sachet of your choice with your favorite drink into a cup. And while you wait for the kettle to boil, you get ready for bed. You change your clothes and put on some pajamas. And now, a lot more comfortable, you pour the water into your mug and stir it. Sitting back in your seat, the warm cup radiates your hands with soothing heat. The flavor you love greets your nose. Resting back and looking out of the window again, the sky turns to night, with the moon hazily glowing within the stars. Street lights, house lights, and beams of cars are seen. Only silhouettes are observed as the train continues down the tracks. And now, much nearer to you, the ocean of multicolored lights from holiday caravans glow, and a fun fair illuminates. You can see people having fun at this late hour. A gigantic slide stands tall as you see people, young and old, winding their way down to the bottom. A small roller coaster dips and peaks. Its lights disappear every now and then. You observe many activities of the fair as you sip your warm drink. And as the fun fair fades out of sight, darkness is only illuminated by the glow of the moon. you can make the coastline and the reflective waves of the ocean. As you finish your drink, a lighthouse beams its safety out to the sea. In this more silent space, you watch as the beam rotates almost hypnotically, making your eyelids heavier. Lowering the sheets, you rest your head back on the pillows while still looking out of the window. Relief is felt in your neck and upper back as your head slowly starts to sink downwards. Your body is soothed with the vibrations of the train's movements, helping you to slowly release the tension in your muscles. As you watch the moon follow the train through the window, you try to look between the stars. Your mind is now clearer than before, and you are heavily relaxed at this moment. Where you are going is a place of beauty and tranquility. It allows all the space you need to think clearly without any distractions. In the meantime, you dream about that place, visualizing it in your mind as you begin to drift off into sleep. You picture a log cabin deep in the mountains, surrounded by a thick forest. You imagine walking up a long gravel path towards the cabin. Your feet are now very heavy. As you walk, you are much more aware of everything around you. An eagle glides through the sky and around to the other side of the mountain, calling out with confidence that its freedom provides. The path slowly becomes harder to walk as it slopes upwards. Each step is an effort now. The green grass waves in the slow breeze that blows, and lavender sways from side to side, giving off a scent that helps you to relax. And much more freely, your shoulders descend a little. Looking downwards, the grass leads to a river that winds its way through the mountains. An endless stretch of water. Getting closer to the log cabin, you smell the scent of burning coal from the smoke that wisps out of its chimney, and it gives off a very welcoming aroma that you can feel instantly. It gives you a lot of warmth. Everything is calm and very still. trees are bent over from the winds of winters past, leaning almost to one side and reaching for the setting sun. In the distance, you see the mist of a waterfall that washes into the river from the mountainside. Its water is clean and crystal clear, with a crisp of blue. Walking over to a wooden bridge, a stream flows from beneath, trickling its whispers of calmness to your mind. The air is cool, but not cold, as each breath becomes more relaxing than the last. And looking over the sides of the bridge, you see fish swimming and pouting their air bubbles to the surface of the stream. The water is clean and as pure as it can be. Reaching the other side of the bridge, the gravel makes every footstep even harder. All you want to do now is relax. Walking up the steps to the log cabin porch, you turn around and look at the view before you. As the sun sets, you see the snow on the peaks and high ridges of the mountains, and the large landscape puts everything in perspective. Taking a deep breath, you feel at home now. Opening the door, a whiff of warm air greets your face and instantly relaxes your body. You are welcomed with a large living space and an open fire. You close the door, set your luggage down, and make your way toward this fire. And now standing near the fireplace, you warm your hands and face. The chimney breast is made of brick and stone, with a large wooden mantelpiece. It is occupied with many blissful scented candles. And with everything now quiet, except for the crackles from the fire, you take a seat. And taking a moment to warm yourself, you look around at this magnificent sanctuary. The pictures hanging on the wall show a positive story. You see that it is you that is in the pictures. You are smiling and carefree and calm. And thinking about the moments caught in these photos, you feel that positive energy once again. A buildup of peace and serenity fills your every being. On the table in front of you is a pen and a piece of paper. You position them and begin to write, thinking about the journey here and the distance created from any worries. You ponder. You begin to write a short list of what has concerned you recently. leaving a space between each sentence. And having finished your writing list, you place the pen down on the table and read the list back to yourself. You realize that now is the time to release all of your worries and concerns. So standing up, you walk towards the fire holding the list in your hand, and you throw the paper into the flames. The edges of the paper instantly become brown as they catch the light. And as the fire consumes the paper, it also consumes all of your worries and concerns. It is expelling them out of the chimney and away. You feel as if this is a major achievement as you watch the hypnotic flames dance. You stand for a moment to allow your mind to clear. And heading over to your bag, you take out your night suit and get ready for bed. You're now very tired and relieved, and you make up your bed here in this room. Thunder begins to rumble from outside, and the rain starts to tap at the windows. Perhaps this is a sign that your path is about to positively change for you. And pulling the bed sheets back, you climb into bed. Turning off the lamp that illuminates the room, you are left with the light of the open fire crackling a lullaby. Your head sinks down deep into the pillows as you watch the shadows dance on the walls and ceilings. The lightning only adds to the relaxing ambiance. Your eyelids are heavy, and your body is relaxed, and you close your eyes. Every breath deeper and longer than the last. And as you begin to drift off into a deep sleep, your body tingles as each muscle loosens from the sound of the tapping rain and the crackling fire. You are warm, safe, and very, very content in this moment. And as your breathing cycle changes to deep calmness, your neck and shoulders wind downwards, allowing your back to sink deeper. Each arm slowly melts into the relaxation that you should feel. Each hand, wrist, and finger is now tenderly loose. With a clear mind, you lower your back and your hips descend without any resistance. Your legs rest heavily, influencing each ankle and foot and toe in every position. You are clear of every worry and concern, as now you fall fast asleep in contentedness. The scent of the aromatic candles only helps you to relax more. Your whole body is now sinking down into your bed. You fall fast asleep. You are no longer influenced by the negative memories and feelings. You have made peace with every concern. You are relaxed in mind and body. Focusing on yourself and what you need is where you find peace. Your mind is clear of any overthinking. Your body is relaxed and maintains a calm state. You have released all tension. Your mind only thinks about positive images and memories now. And thinking positive brings a new path. You are no longer slowed down with mind chatter. Your vision of peacefulness is clear. And as you sleep your deepest sleep, the train continues to take your place of happiness and peace. And as you rest, every part of you settles heavily and sleeps deeply. Every breath you expel breathes out negativity, and you will now only inhale positivity. Relax now and fall asleep. You have drifted into your peace and comfort. You have drifted in your own heaven of bliss and tranquility.